Welcome back. We are here for the finals at the California Tour Stop. I'm Mike White with Bryce Clifford, but you should already know that because you should have been here all day. This has been the best day of roundnet I've seen all season and maybe ever.
If people just tuned in right now for only the finals, you missed an incredible match between a Canadian team that nobody's ever heard of called Wonky Sauce that played unbelievably well, showed that their serves and the effort that they've put in their hometown has been bar none the best spent time that they've got. And then they played against Assistive Touch, where Hammond and Marshall had to battle back down 6 and then broke 2 points at the very end of the game to win on aces from Buddy Hammond, who apparently is a serve baller now.
But of course, Assistive Touch made it through, and they will be matching up against Double Clutch, who bested Rito Boys in the other semis. If you want to watch either of those, check them out on the Spikeball Roundnet Association YouTube channel later this week. They will be up for you to watch, and we're going to start with the most explosive player on the net, I'll say. We have Frederick Hinkle there, his partner Rahul Murthy.
And that was very, very unconventional, I'd say.
Of course, then we have the Assistive Touch, Buddy Hammond, who just copped the ball with the blue hat, and Clark Marshall, his partner, with the white hat. This is their second finals appearance of the season.
Yeah, and the last – and Buddy gets a drop shot. Maybe he is a serve baller.
He's a serve baller.
It's crazy to me, and they're warm. I mean, we've talked about it before. You guys have talked about it on stream before. The pros and cons of rolling straight into your finals match versus someone who's waited for an hour after their last match.
Yeah, this is a matchup I'm really interested to see, but to talk about the energy levels, right, they're coming in hot, maybe tired. So, right, there are the pros and cons. Their arms may be a little more sore, but Double Clutch may be stiff, a little out of practice, haven't hit serves in an hour and a half. And it's showing there.
Yeah, the way that they're swinging on their first serves, though, is letting them know that they came to play. I mean, even Frederick Hinkle took a rip on his first serve.
So Double Clutch has played 3 tournaments, SRA tournaments this year, won their first one easily, but finished second at the next 2. So they are trying to break that curse here today. If not today, at Nationals in 2 weeks, but really hoping to get another win under their belt.
And we know that they were bested by Rito Boys, which is a team that Assistive Touch beat in Garland. So so a weird triangle, a weird love triangle there. How do you say who's the best? Well, I think it comes down to any given day. So they will play this big serve by Hinkle, who's back here to make a set. We know he's very good at that already. Marshall in the right position. Buddy sets over his head. And how he got that angle, I have no idea, but put away hard by Marshall.
He made it work, and he is countering Double Clutch's ability to get these touches. Of course, not the perfect hit that Murthy wanted. Enough loft for Clark to get there. If they can counter those long sets, Double Clutch may be having a tough time with their defense.
Yeah, and as you saw, Clark sprinting back to the net. Good set by Buddy, but he plants his feet and hit that hard with a crazy angle.
But I love that the touch and the strategy coming out right away for Double Clutch. Their patented body D to long set defense.
Way to put it on the net. They will stick with their defensive ideas. Oh, Buddy wants Marshall to lay out for that. It was out a little bit far, but they're getting touches on defense already.
And we've seen that Double Clutch can hit very low. They also like to hit high and far, opting for low right now, but it may switch shortly if they see that they're getting too many touches from Hammond and Marshall.
Yeah, we know that they're crazy at the service line as well. So it is going to be, I do hope to see a lot of high-flying defensive action, just with how mobile we know all 4 of these players are.
But you have to wonder, if they could handle the reverses of Wonky Sauce, are they going to have much trouble with Murthy's?
If Murthy hits a couple of reverses like he did against Ryder Riva, then maybe.
Maybe.
Oh, that one just goes up and over. We saw them do that yesterday. Very smart when you've got the Southern California native Buddy Hammond crowding the net all the time. Oh, that was a great try. It all happened pretty fast. Tried to go on 2 instead of putting that back up towards Hammond.
You ought to love a lefty on 2, and unfortunately that it didn't work out there.
I bet you do. I bet you do. Hinkle steps out to his right, hits a big cut, and the spin takes that just very far. Buddy cannot handle it.
Looked a little high to me, but I think no argument from Marshall.
It's close. High for us is not high for Marshall.
That is very true.
All right. Hinkle gets to rotate, hits another big cut. Marshall gets this up in the air. Buddy will always give it his best effort, but can't get that back to the net. Hinkle breaks 2 in a row.
I've seen some grunts come out from double clutch in the past couple of days, something I haven't seen before. They're absolutely swinging at these balls.
Yeah, that is max effort on the serve. Everyone taking a sec to reset. Hinkle and Buddy, a little bit of banter. Hinkle tries to hit another big cut.
Hinkle and Hammond earned third at a tournament early this year, a very competitive one.
And they will call that one high. All right, Buddy Hammond.
So, of course, everyone on the court here has a tournament win this year. We have
Lefty defended well. Buddy, oh! Every time you think a ball's flying past Clark Marshall, you realize his arms are so long, and he can still put it back towards the net.
Here's my thought. Hinkle has 2, and I believe Murphy has, I'm getting mad at myself here. I know he has at least 2 of his own.
He hits a big reverse cut. That set was not good. And we are playing that up. Hit the rim twice, they say. So I don't know. I don't know, Buddy. Loves or hates that. He thought he did something wrong. And another reverse cut, but this one cannot be defended. So to answer your question, I know they handled it from Wonky Sauce. Rahul is bringing a little bit of that veteran flair with his wins on tour, making it very known that he's done this for a long time. Oh, tries to drop. It lands about a foot short of the net. He will probably try again. Steps out. Nope, 1 foot.
Back the way of Marshall.
Yeah, and he will probably swing away. I know that he loves using his power. He does. Just try to look like controlled power there. Spot.
We had a short call from the crowd. I think they got some double clutch fans out there trying to help him out.
We know that Texas is very well represented on the opposite side of the field from us. Hinkle. Big reverse cut. Marshall needs to get this close, and he shorts it off of the heel of his hand.
Uncharacteristic. Hinkle's really bringing it in this game 1. And actually, in the past finals for double clutch, Hinkle has been the underperformer, really not bringing as much to the finals, but here he is.
Yeah, if it didn't include tracking a ball down and setting it, it seems like it hasn't been Hinkle's play. That was great 1-2-3 by Hammond and Marshall. Good set from off the net.
Strong, yeah. The setting, like similar to what Plett was doing to Hammond and Marshall, Clark Marshall himself, getting down and pushing it around Murphy's entire body, not giving him any chance at that body defense.
Buddy goes side by side, outright, as he does on a lot of his second serves. Drops this one almost perfectly. They know that it's going that direction. Buddy's asking him to shift a little bit more, but great shot by Rahul Murthy.
Absolutely wrapped his body there and just used everything he had to get it around because he knew both defenders were there.
Yeah, and they're definitely they've garnered a pretty big lead here. Murthy steps out left and hits a banger, but that is up and over the head of Hammond. Rahul Murthy and his turquoise cleats tries to hit a reverse. This one not good. First serve, they may have played that anyways. But they get the point without having to play any offense, and Clark Marshall will get to try to serve again.
I definitely think we'll see that coming in. Hinkle pockets up. They're going to opt to play that for sure.
He goes for a reverse. That does pocket up a little bit too high. Closes his stance again. Does just get this one on. Trying to play defense. Crowding the net a lot. Good hand by Hammond, who's going to try to put this away with a big backhand. Defense played by Hinkle.
And a carry Hinkle called on himself.
Yeah, no argument.
Yep. So nice break there by Assistive Touch. You don't think you'll be able to get defensive touches when you just drop it on the net like that. However, it's kind of hard footwork when there's a drop on the net. It's not easy to pop up. You're already on top of the net. It's a little challenging.
Yeah, you're kind of stuck there.
Mm-hmm.
Once you're up there playing defense, there's nowhere to really
and
move.
especially with a no-hit zone, you have to get out of the no-hit zone after you go in.
2 double clutch. They'll play this. It's a little bit off the net, but only one player there. Opts for body defense. Murphy up and over him. Point assistive touch.
Yeah, so clean game so far. A couple aces going the way of double clutch, but assistive touch able to stay in there with some breaks of their own. See what Hammond has.
Goes backhand. It's been working for him. Hinkle gets to swing with his right. This goes up, and they both played defense instead of having one of them run.
I think the adjustment is going to come. This is what Hinkle likes. He said, all right, if you're gonna play body D, I'll hit it up and over. However, right, they can cover that, but you can't cover both at the same time. So it comes up to Hinkle's ability to adjust to their defense. It's kind of a game of chicken. Who makes the decision first?
And these guys can realize in real time so quickly. That was a great rotation by Murphy, but and Hammond especially, the three of them. I mean, Marshall gets big at the net, but the three of the other guys are so athletic and can go all over the place.
With the no-hit zone, it is challenging to hit, especially as smaller players, that you have to work extra hard to get your steps.
He goes on 2. That's an incredible hand by Hammond, who has to hit this from off the net, and does. He loses his mind. Great point for assistive touch.
Just different reactions. Murphy upset. Hinkle respects. But what can you do there?
What can you do?
What can you do?
That's it.
But he went on too. And Hinkle usually feels good there. The machine calculates that that's the risk reward you want to take. But Hammond.
Actually shocked to see that Rahul didn't back off the net a little bit more.
Sometimes when those come in, you don't even expect them to get it on. So you don't play D. You're like, they're not getting that back. They're not getting that back.
Yeah, we got an interesting development here. Buddy thinks he saw something. Whether it's rim or no hit zone, I don't know. But he's thinking about kicking it. Buddy actually got a touch on that. He's feeling himself, and they do call rim.
That is tying it up for assistive touch. Of course, down the mini break, no lead yet, but a nice tie they will take.
Yeah, but all of a sudden this game doesn't feel like it's gone the way that it looks like. I mean, as of the recent points, it feels like assistive touch is all over this. But to start the game, they were kind of steamrolling. Double clutch was doing what double clutch does,
and they've done it without acing. Is the best part on assistive touch. It's all defense, and there is another touch.
Yeah, Clark Marshall getting very big and then misses the net. They were going to be in a good position to play defense, but the rally stops early.
Stops early. They really wanted that. Hammond is a bit upset. Back to Hinkle. It's high that time. A huge run for assistive touch brought them within one, exactly what they needed, but this guy already has 3 aces so far this game.
It's interesting that we're seeing Hinkle and Murphy actually hit the ball at Hammond and Marshall more than Wonky did, where they're getting more touches. I don't know if that's because the receive has been pretty hard, like pretty difficult. So the first touch hasn't been as good, and maybe it's just easier, a little bit more predictable to play defense compared to what was happening against Wonky. But these guys are all getting touches on the ball.
A foot fault called there. Excuse me, I was listening in. Hammond a little upset with the call. But comes in, so we'll see what he gets. Goes for the drop this time.
Backhand, touched by Hammond. Oh, and that's twice Marshall has the opportunity to extend the rally and puts it straight into the rim. They're getting opportunities, just not putting them away.
Right, and I'll now go back to what you're saying about double clutch versus Wonky. Double clutch, right, they hit it hard or they hit it far, and those can both work. However, they're taking away both. Wonky was really hitting it around them. Unbelievable cut.
That's a crazy cut.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
That reminded me of how Riva opened up with just one day, one the other.
Yeah, that was a great job by Rahul. I mean, silence any type of momentum assistive touch thought they had. Tried to go for a reverse right after. This is exactly what you're saying. He's like, he knows one works. He's like, okay, they're going to be thinking about that one. Go the other way.
Yep, they're a little scared.
We'll see what he does on a second serve. Doesn't like that ball.
So that was big for double clutch. Gave them the mini break. They gave them extended it, so this would not go to extras if it maintains.
Rahul tried to cut. Double fault by double clutch. And now Marshall, who's had 2 opportunities to extend rallies, put him into net, might be a little frustrated in, as he hits the ground right there. May try to steal one back on his own at the line here, but I don't want to see him do too much. I kind of like this. They're dropping predictable hit, and then another one that they're going to call rim. And very quick call by the observers. Quick point. That thing stayed unbelievably low. Kind of the point that they needed. Marshall, like I said, I'm glad he didn't take it into his own hands and try to outserve them right off the bat. Their defense has been working.
Yep, letting them make the mistakes. That one goes up, but again, they tied it up. Still down the mini break, but still in this.
We'll see if their defense can happen again. He will probably step out. Oh, actually, yeah, he just puts it on. Murphy, 1, 2, big right hand. It goes up. Hammond tries to turn around, but good job by Murphy. The up and over.
It's just so interesting to see a team opt for this drop on second serve. The drop's not a bad serve. We also saw that it got in their head a little bit and led to a 1920 ace for Hammond, but it's just so different of what we see at the top scene here.
Yeah, Hinkle is doing the opposite and hitting it literally as hard as he can. He closes off his stance again, jams him. Good job by Marshall to at least try to make a play, but the serve receive was not very great off a great jam serve from Hinkle.
Yeah, just hit it as hard right at him. And the thing with Hinkle is that he does that same windup. Sometimes it goes far, sometimes it comes back at you. And so it's hard to position your body because when you get jammed, you want it to not be at your body. You want to adjust around it, but you can't do that if there's a cut coming. So with the speed he hits it and with those different angles from the same stance, it's incredibly hard to adjust.
I don't know how you even make the adjustment in real time. If you think a cut is coming and it ends up at your left shoulder, that's so hard. We just saw Hammond and Marshall put away a quick 1-2-3. Hammond hits a cut serve. Murphy gets a big hit directly into Buddy's body, but goes a little bit too far. They are getting the touches they want, though.
They're disappointed because that was Hammond's best serve we've seen so far this series. They are coming together. This game is looking like it's going to go the way of double clutch. But Assistive Touch would not be out of it.
No, for the game, Rahul serving, tries for a reverse.
That is his most common used as well as his most effective serve.
Game on the line, second serve. Hits a cut, it's great, but serve receive was good. Hammond able to put it away, avoids the no-hit zone, stays alive for 1920, which they were just in this position.
Actually, they are no strangers to this. Going to try to get a couple clutch moments of their own here. Last time it was in the hands of Buddy Hammond. Here it's Clark Marshall. What do you think we'll see here?
Well, I think they want Clark to just go power cut just to get it on. If it doesn't work, I think he'll just put it on the net with the drop. Just because they've gotten so many touches on defense. He goes out wide. Buddy told him to do this last time too, but it jams them close to each other. Goes backhand. Buddy lays out, and it's just not enough. Out a little bit too far. Game 1 goes to double clutch. What a great first game in our championship series.
Incredible. And double clutch looks like that's a sigh of relief because the Assistive Touch was battling back. A nice return from Hinkle to just finish that out. They want to reset in Game 2, calm it down, and win in their pace, right? Assistive Touch tried to bring it back. They want to set the tone next game.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that they're doing that. I mean, they win by 3 points. That's not nothing. Anything above 2 points is like, oh, we made you work really hard. Yeah. Like, we did more than you were expecting from us. I did think that the end of that game went exactly the way that double clutch needed it to go, just to know that they're in kind of a, I don't want to say a commanding lead, but they're doing exactly what they need to do to win.
Yep. And so Assistive Touch on their end, there were some mistakes. I don't think, there were a good amount of aces on the double clutch side, but not more than you would expect. So I think it's more just Assistive Touch. It's hard to tell kind of where this bounces back. I think Assistive Touch could get their serving going a little bit more, and double clutch should clean up their hitting, like we were talking about. Definitely. Those are the two things that both teams should be looking for.
Definitely. I look forward to some more high-flying defense. I think that because they know that they're so good at defense, they're thinking about how good everyone is at defense, and they've been hitting it into each other's bodies kind of a lot. I mean, it hasn't panned out, 100 times, but it's panned out a couple of times, and it could pan out more. So.
Rito boys won Game 1 against Wonky Sauce in the third place game, 21-10. So big win for Rito in that one. Of course, we are very focused on that because currently we believe, unless there's a point discrepancy, Wonky Sauce needs to win this third place game to earn a spot in the Pro Division at Nationals, which we would all love to see unless you're Joel Graham and Peter John Showalter and their friends and family.
They may be the only two and their immediate network that does not want to see that happen.
No.
I mean, just to see those guys, the young kids that have just been playing at home in their own community in Canada, come down here and be able to put on a show against, some guys that are playing in the championship right now.
Yeah, but I know Rita boys have thing they're fighting for. They want to get Spikeball Elite this year. They want to lock it in. They want to make sure they have a strong seed at Nationals. There are many other things on the line for them, so they have no reason to slow down. And it looks like they're bringing a pedal to the metal over there.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry if I know I wasn't looking at you at all. I'm like trying to see what I can catch from that game
Yeah.
because in between games here we have I don't know if we can get a shot of the field really fast, but you will be able to see in the background, on the back right of your screen, you've got your loyal Texas hopeful dead straight on our net. And then to the right of that, you've got the third place game happening over in the distance where most of our spectators have shifted until this one gets back underway. So we definitely look forward to our second game here and a couple of adjustments to be made by Assistive Touch.
All right, and they're getting out on the field, getting ready to go.
Yeah, we are getting our updates. Everyone's locked in on what's happening in the community right now. I love big thanks to everyone who's tuned into the stream right now. We appreciate you guys. We are so happy that you're here. We have at least one more unbelievably competitive match coming your way. Possibly two, if Assistive Touch can make a couple of adjustments. We'll see what happens. Thank you to all of you. I'm going to shout out Sullivan, Luciano, HD Sproles, Something Snail 97. Thank you guys for being here. It's people like you that are going to help this stream grow, this community grow. I know on behalf of Andrew Gasaway and Mike White, all of you are making a difference in what we can do as a stream moving forward. So I appreciate you being here. Tell all your friends to tune in. And we'll look to get game 2 started here in just a second.
Also, shout out Nora White, who just hit us up with a nice smoothie
Nora!
run, coming in and refueling us. We were waiting to see what they got going here.
Tell everyone you know to hop back in this stream. I'm going to try to keep an eye on it in between a couple of points. And if we hit 500 viewers again, I'm going to give away a Spikeball Pro set.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All
for
right.
sure.
All right.
I personally will give away a Spikeball Pro set. So we are good to go. We get the thumbs up from the players. Buddy Hammond hits the service line shirtless. Good first serve on the net. Tries to get a touch. Just goes past his left forearm. Good first point from Rahul Murthy.
Easy situation for them there. Back to Frederick Hinkle. He always opts to serve first. We see on assisted on double clutch. Excuse me. You'd think maybe we want to go with Rahul Murthy, but I think Hinkle just wants to get into it right away. He wants the ball in his hands.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think all of these players may want the ball in their hands. I mean, winners win, right? So that is what Ryder Ariva told Buddy after game 1. After their semifinal series, and every single one of these guys wants to take, the game-winning shot, so to speak. Mm-hmm. Big step out right from Marshall, who ends up dropping it.
I think he might have also got a foot drag call on that as well, which can happen when you lean out that far.
Yeah. All right, Rahul Murthy closed off stance. A couple of different serves to look out for here early in the game. He hits a very good cut that Buddy's calling high, and I assume this will go to observers.
I'll say quickly that it looks like Coleman Epperson is sitting down, so it's safe to say that Rito Boys took that over Wonky Sauce, with Wonky Sauce finishing in 4th, because Rito Boys will be playing Assistive Touch if this finals goes the way of Double Clutch fighting for 2nd there. So unfortunately it looks like the hopes for the Canadian team making a Pro Division bid fall there. Of course, that's not 100% confirmed, but that's what it's looking like. Anyway,
just short.
Back to
just
the action.
Short.
Just short.
We all wanted to kind of see it. We really did. All right, observers are back in place. Rahul, they called it a redo, I believe. He's serving back to Hammond. That was first serve. Mm-hmm. So he will get a third chance here to put something by Hammond definitively. Reverse cut.
He's got high. They say good. We're going to observers again to talk about it.
I think what's happening to Buddy here is the downfall of your arm being an upward momentum. Mm-hmm. Oh, actually, they called it.
Called it high.
They
call
called
it
it high.
side pocket.
Okay.
Of course, when you go to observers, they don't just review what you say. They will tell you if it's clean or not. And they're saying, nope, that was not clean regardless of its
And
height. But
Buddy,
that was.
yes, he hits his first big cut of the series.
That's just a banger, as some would say.
Banger.
Banger.
Bang in chat. I'm going to see it. I'm going to see a bunch of it. All right. Buddy goes up and over Hinkle on that one. He will be side by side here. Step out to his right. Just put this one on short. Oh, interesting first touch. Hinkle going to backhand. And as Hammond goes in the fetal position, Hinkle will smile as he walks away with the point on the easy backhanded right.
Yeah, a little uneasy touch. That's why you put that in play. They could easily make that mistake.
Yeah, the first touch was bad, but that second touch wasn't going to be bad.
But yeah,
There's no way.
Murphy covered him. Murphy covered him.
Hinkle swings hard on both of his hits.
The contrast between the two different serving strategies
Yeah,
is
exactly.
unbelievable.
Now Clark, left foot forward, gets a big cut attempt in there.
Think he's
He
going to
actually-
opt for the big step here?
Yeah, he lines up the same way. My guess is he'll big step and then drop it, but maybe, yeah, he just puts it right on. And they swing on two, up and over, and it goes far.
Yep, and so that's the thing. He's like, you can't play body defense on that.
Yeah.
And Hammond was right at the net. Marshall was around him. What they want to avoid is that double funnel. That's exactly what Marshall's former teammate Andrew Card and him did. All about that funnel. They're a master class in that, and Hinkle goes on to avoid that very thing.
Yeah, and they did. Oh, that was almost perfect. And they also avoid when you go up and over. Slightly less experienced players may have that, yes, get up and over, but it doesn't go very far.
Right.
So you can still, even though you jumped, you can turn around and play the ball. Hinkle has so much power that he still puts that 30 feet off the net. So there's no chance.
So your option really is to roof it, which is very challenging to get up. And that looks like what he tried to do, breach it at its highest poise before it goes over him. But that's just extremely challenging.
All right, Hammond will try another serve here. He is side-by-side kind of stance. Goes out right. Just puts this on with a drop. It's actually an ace.
A carry on Frederick Hinkle. Drops are hard to a good drop is hard to receive cleanly because you got to get under it and pop it up. A lot of players decide to scoop it. So that's an ace for Buddy Hammond, his second. And we had a foot fault there, I believe, or just, hey, you got to watch your feet. You got a lot of weeds.
Just one weed with a little bit of paint on it may have gone back out from the service line, and the observers taking it very seriously. Ryan Fitzgerald not fooled. Puts this one on. They go up to it. He actually put a little pace on it. Good body, and it's going to be enough to get a redo.
Hinkle says yes. I love that Murphy is attacking this. He wants to get to the drop as fast as possible. But this gives Hammond a first serve again.
Yeah, and he hit like a little reverse there. Murphy hits the rim, and that will be a point for assistive touch.
A mistake set from Hinkle, a little too far, and made him work. That's the power of the no-hit zone. You can't just step over and hit it. You got to move.
I don't know if I've ever heard you say mistake set by Hinkle.
It's not common. When it happens, it can be deadly.
Hammond steps out right, puts this one on. A little bit of pace. Hinkle's making it big, but like we talked about, able to turn around. Marshall's going to be able to swing at this. Another touch by Rahul. Hinkle puts this one on and splits the defense with his backhand. Hinkle making up for the set there. Gets a great point.
What are we talking about? Like, this is just textbook. Double Clutch's strategy on defense is the greatest thing I've ever seen. That's, obviously grandiose, but it's just so satisfying to see those pop-ups and then the set come right back. It just is poetry.
And they actually are playing some more defense here as Hinkle gets this set off the net. Rahul just puts it on, and Marshall able to put it away, but Hinkle's giving chase. Hinkle going to be able to put this one back on. No, he hits the rim. And Hinkle, who covered 100 yards worth of distance that point, not able to put it on. Point for assistive
coming
touch.
alive, not just a serve ball team, making them work. Unfortunate here, just a little stutter on his way to the net. Lost his balance a little bit, but honestly, impressive play from double touch. Double clutch, excuse me.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I believe they're up 8-5. I heard a call. And they hit their first cut. They will call Hall, but an immediate clean from the observers.
Immediate
clean.
So that's got to be, excuse me, I believe 7.
Yeah, I believe the score is right. We're waiting for an audible call. 9-5 for Assistive Touch. Marshall steps back for a second serve, just puts this on. Hinkle going to be the one attacking this and puts it up and over as he's done the rest of the game.
You're correct. You are correct at 10-5, we believe.
No, 9-6. 9-6 should be right. Rahul, almost a perfect cut.
Yeah.
Rahul's second serve. Reverse cut. Kind of off the pocket. Played anyways and put away by Hammond. Is it? We're gonna we'll clarify with the score here. Scoreboard. Okay, we're good.
Yes.
There we go. You know, sometimes we just got to yell at them. 10-6. Buddy steps out to the right, puts this on, slight reverse, not challenging anybody. Body defense by Marshall from off the net. Another body defense by Hinkle. They'll try to get another touch, and they do, but Hinkle has put that one away.
My fault. I had it flip. I thought double clutch was winning. Excuse me there. So Assistive Touch, a nice early lead in this game.
All right. That was a great rally all around. Body defense from both teams, but Hinkle able to put it away. Hinkle tries to serve. They will play this. They do not want to see another serve, and they will take full advantage.
Nope, they will take every single one of those they can.
Yeah, up a couple of points, taking no chances on letting one of them get on a roll serving. Wide step out, fakes left, goes right with a little bit of a cut, putting both of these double clutch players right next to each other. Ooh, and a touch by Hammond, but Marshall not able to do anything. Smart, low, quick backhand by Frederick Hinkle.
Yeah, just absolutely blasting it, right? Sometimes, right, we talk about you don't want to blast it into the body because of the body touch, but sometimes it just bounces nowhere.
That will go a little bit too high. That ball spinning so fast that it looked like a straight line.
Looked like an egg, yeah. More than one egg. They like that ball, so they want it back. Call it from the booth over here.
Rahul, closed off stance, steps, no, just opts to drop it. Hammond fields it from the ground, hits it right into Rahul's body, who, with Hinkle sprinting behind, can't do anything.
Yeah, it looked like Hinkle wanted that one, but not much Murthy could do.
It's a little too late. He's already in the position. You can't move that fast. That was perfect, and Hammond will get it back, steps out right, just puts it on his first serve. Murthy swinging, but touched by Marshall, who's going to have to put this on from off the net. Goes for a drop instead of swinging. I don't know if he had any other options.
Yeah, not much there. I think he already kind of planted his feet, and you know it's challenging because you want to plant yourself hoping for a good set, but and when you get a good set, you can crush it easily. But if it's off, you kind of have to adjust a bit.
Yeah, Buddy's saying he wanted that one back. He gets a very good set there from on his back up and over his right shoulder.
Almost clears the backstop there and hits a home run on that hit. Absolutely put it out of here.
If it's going to happen ever, it's going to be Clark Marshall or Frederick.
Yeah, right. Just absolutely blasting it.
Or Patrick Drucker.
Patrick Drucker, right.
Marshall just puts this on the net as they've done all day. Murthy with a good set. A backhand missed the net completely by Hinkle, and that's a free point.
And misses the net.
Yeah, just might have attacked it a little bit too early. Oh, a cool jam shot there by Marshall. They're both giving chase and somehow still splits them even though they're 20 feet off the net.
Right, like when Murthy had so much extra ground to cover to get around it, and they could not close in time. Buddy Hammond taking a quick breather, keeping himself in this. Double clutch down 4. And not as much success with the serves this game. Assistive Touch, 2 of the best serve receivers in the game.
All right. Positivity is high. Everyone's smiling at the net before anyone hits a serve. Hammond gives this back to Rahul, who's going to have a second serve here, down 4 points, looking to make back.
Fills him back, just so good, so low, so fast. hit him in the hand, sometimes just rolls off. Can't be too mad if you're assistive touch, but for double
Exact spot, which just mentally may work in his favor as he hits another one. Hammond receives it relatively well, but this is going to be defended by Hinkle. Rushes to the net to hit a right hand, bodied by Hammond, who's going to swing with his right hand and pushes it to the left side of Rahul, who we get our first good hat throw of the series.
Extremely frustrated with that. An unbelievable defensive play by them. Look at this perfect set by Murthy.
Push that because everyone's been playing great defense on all the pole.
And, of course, after his diving hit, Hinkle is on the ground and out of play. So easy work for Hammond. Keep them up.
Oh, that was textbook.
Yep. Everyone's trying to clear it in the back there.
Yeah, you're right. That was a lot of
He was real close. He would have got a ground rule double over there.
They may opt to play this. No.
Laughing.
Just a little too far.
It's an option, a little too far.
But they know 4 points can disappear against double clutch. Second serve for Hinkle, who goes for another cut, but it pockets up and into our stands. Their home supporters over there for Team Texas.
I was talking about the tone and the pace of the game. Assistive touch is all over it here, keeping it calm and composed. Double clutch likes their momentum, and they've kept it away from them.
Yeah, that's the one thing I think they can mitigate with their attitude. Oh, Hinkle swinging and pulling. Yeah, it was wide open, right towards us.
Yeah, so I think that is the benefit of those drop serves. When they're at the drop serves, they are at the net immediately. Murthy had time to send a set to Hinkle on that opposite side, and it was wide open. If that was a drop serve, they would have been at the net already and less options. It really works out. It's an underutilized option, and I'm glad Assistive Touch keeps going to it.
Ooh, Rahul swinging hard, looking for a cut. Second serve, spinning. It goes for the same exact type of shot. Double fault for double clutch, and as we rotate, we've got Assistive Touch up. It doesn't do a whole lot, but it happened. And easy serve receive and well put away by double clutch.
Yeah, so they're keeping in it. Just been a little sloppy. And, of course, they've been in it before. We may be in 10 minutes just saying that double clutch made an incredible comeback. Maybe with a serve like that.
That may have double rimmed, but they're playing this out. Hinkle's in a great spot for defense, who's going to hit a short backhand, and that's a very smart shot as he walks away towards our camera with all the confidence.
He lets it rip. This time he just stops it a little bit, like you're doing a little pitch.
You think he did a little half shot because the last time he went for a really big backhand, he missed the net completely?
Yeah, that might be the case. I think a lot of his mistakes come when he tries to rip that backhand. Great decision.
Low pass like that and a good second low. I mean, no one's had time to rotate by then, so perfect job by them. 18-15 confirmed by our players.
Over to Marshall. So Hinkle got one for them in a spectacular fashion.
They may play this. Rahul passes.
No, he does not like it.
Hinkle did not like it. Maybe it's because it was spinning a lot. Very smart play. I mean, make him serve it again.
Yep. Marshall has not been blowing them up, and I think he might drop. He should, in my opinion, go for the drop here.
Just puts it on. They're swinging on two. Hammond can get there. Gives chase, and he's swinging to put it on, and he cannot get it there. Good try by Marshall, but ultimately, point for double clutch.
Yeah, that would have maybe been the nail in the coffin, so they've got to be a little bummed that they didn't get it. And smart chase down by Hammond to touch and react. It looked like Marshall could have had that, but it was coming directly at him. Kind of hard to tell where to hit it from.
18-16, Rahul Murthy serving. He's swinging just as hard as he has the last two times he's double faulted. Steps out wide and drops. Hammond swings on two, fake swings on two, and then swings on two.
I was so lost. And that's one of those plays where the player overthinks it and accidentally messes up and hits a rim. So I'm so glad that it worked out for him.
Yeah, I think he is too.
Yeah.
That definitely could have gone very differently. I think that Hinkle, he may have hesitated because of Buddy's hesitation. So
it's smart.
Backhand. Easy serve receive from Hinkle. Buddy Hammond tries to get big, but Hinkle overpowers it directly between the two defenders.
It feels good. That's his favorite shot, I think, just ripping it right through him, saying, "You're there, I don't care. I don't care."
fresh off of a put away. He will swing very hard on his serve.
Pops up high, so another attempt here.
Serves again, very hard. Great. Not a great touch, but the set was better. Rahul turned around, gets this back. Murthy swinging with his right, and Hammond steals it from Marshall. He knows it's his fault. Great job by Rahul Murthy to get back to the net and make something happen.
So they're now only down 1, 18-19 still. Down the mini break. They need one more to truly tie it up here and force it into extras. But I know double clutch, they like being clutch.
2 points in their last 2 possessions, I think. So Hinkle swinging hard again. I mean, if it ain't broke. Lines up the same fashion. Swings just as hard. A little bit of a reverse jam there. Marshall puts it right at him. Hinkle just read this so well. Who's going to swing with his right, but puts it into the rim. No good. And such a great job, but he didn't finish the play.
That is so heartbreaking to see because he hit it right at him. And Hinkle wasn't just close to the net. He was 15, 20, 25 feet off the net, and Marshall hit it right at him. What a read.
That was a great read. I mean, how do you you don't teach it.
Yeah. That's just knowledge and studying. He's a student of the game. He watches more film than anyone.
Yeah, and that was maybe Clark Marshall's worst serve attempt. Trying to put this away on his own, being game point, drops this. Murthy back to Hinkle. Body deep. Everyone wants to see anyways. The player dap it up, and we cannot wait to call a third game.
So much free roundnet today. We're getting all we bargained for and more here. Just the touch from Hammond and Marshall. You can't beat it.
Actually, it looked like Murthy was in a good spot here. He just didn't open his body.
Oh, interesting.
So
it hit him in the back.
Hammond was just swinging. He's like, I'm going to make him play D, and he just swung as hard as he could. And I think if Murthy opens the hip, they have a chance there.
Yeah.
But they still had an uphill battle. 2 more points to make up. So great job by Assistive Touch bouncing back.
Yeah, that was they dominated that game. They shut down the serves from double clutch. They got some aces of their own, not too many, but really they dominated on the defensive side. The rallies, though, I'm loving it.
I think the further this goes on, they've been sore after one day. How am I going to feel tomorrow? So, when they come back in, I think with specifically these 4 players, we're going to see a lot of rallies just because, yes, the serves come into play a lot, but all of their serve receives have been fantastic. And with how much hustle we just saw, even in the last 3 points, we know that the defense is going to be what maybe steals those breaks instead of the serves.
That may be the bigger factor. They might trade a couple aces. They're shutting each other down pretty good, so it's going to come down to the clean hits and who wins those big rallies and gets the defensive touches.
That was another case of Game 1 being very different from Game 2. I love seeing the rallies towards the end there. Hammond is, very sweaty walking back out into the field, but Frederick Hinkle, I mean, I don't know if you can wash those stains out of that shirt. That guy's been all over the field. He's put his body on the line. I mean, as you saw on 19-20 or at 19, 18, 17, whatever it was, Hinkle was reading defense on a full sprint 25 feet off the net before Marshall had even hit the ball. So we know that these guys have the defensive prowess. It will come down to if someone's able to steal a serve, will that make the difference, or will the person who plays the best defense and gets the ball in the net more often win?
Do it. It's gonna be just an absolute match for the ages here, and I want to say that Game 3 has also surprised us. Wonky Sauce had a huge lead in the Game 3 in the semis, and they did not win. So I want to say someone's got to come out strong here, but that is shown to not matter. It's about who finishes. That's what it's all about.
Exactly.
Who will finish strong.
I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. We've got all of our spectators. No one's moved. You saw in between the last couple of games, they're looking to finish out the third place game where Rito Boys took down Wonky Sauce. But now no one wants to leave their seat. They've got a real good shot at what the finals has to offer, and this is going to be some of the best roundnet they're going to see for the rest of the year.
Yeah, of course. Nationals is in 2 weeks, so we hope that we can have as much excitement there as we did today, because it's been immaculate. But the season is coming to an end, and it feels so fitting to have such an exciting final tour stop.
It's at the point where you don't need to be playing in this tournament to know that you should be here right now. I think that there's going to be so many spectators at Nationals that aren't playing that may not even be related to anyone who's playing. This sport is growing incredibly. The fact that we have like 300 of you in here is so awesome. Like I said, if we get to 500 before the end of this final, I'm giving away a pro set. But here we are. Hinkle, 2 serve. It hits the net twice. Marshall wanted to play it, but he will step back. He's like 6'5", looking to receive a powerful cut probably here from Hinkle. And that's exactly what he gets. First touch not amazing, but he's looking to swing. Hinkle in the perfect spot on the low swing. Body defense, soft touch. Hammond now swinging. Hinkle there, almost. He just doesn't hit the deck. Point for Assistive Touch, and I hope that is a signal for how the rest of this series is going to go.
This is the first game of the match. We've had an unbelievable rally already. Just incredible play by these teams.
I hope every single series is just like that. Every single rally is just like that.
Way too high. Just
the net. Rahul, easy pass. Hit it right into Buddy Hammond, but great job by Rahul.
First asking for a new ball. He wants one that's a little squishy, allows him to get his hand around it. And
Game 1, he had a pretty nasty. Game 2, I don't want to say that that's, the difference maker, but, Rahul's
a standout player. He's been having such high ace and break potential.
Oh, easy defense by Hammond, who puts this away. Rahul tries to jump his whole body in front of the net.
Doing anything
does not
he can.
work. Yeah, almost. So close, but a little too late in the effort from Murthy, as Hammond had already picked out a spot he was putting that
Just
ball.
another quick one, a mishit from Hinkle. Tried his best to flick it through, but didn't have as much power. Tried to be a little cute with it, which is not typical for him.
Then he goes backhand, gets one touch. Oh, Buddy Hammond coming right at us. Almost gets a second touch after the soft one from Marshall. Was a tall order, but will go the way of double clutch.
So the implication of that first rally was that that break came in, and that actually saved Assistive Touch from being down due to losing rock, paper, scissors. So that was absolutely huge for them on that first point.
Frederick Hinkle stepping up. Hits the front of the net on the rim. Will close off the left foot. That's pretty much his primary stance, and he continues to hammer away on both serves.
Yeah, he won't stop. When it works, it works. When it doesn't, it doesn't. He doesn't have the second strategy where they're going to go for defense. He's just going to keep ripping because I think the math tells him to do it.
You're probably right. And he watches a lot of film. Hinkle backhand at Buddy, the other person who always uses that backhand. So great job by Hinkle to squeak that by the left side.
And very different from his last backhand that was Doug. That one had a lot more pace on it.
Murthy, deep breath. Swings with his right. Almost looked like it had a reverse cut spin on it. It's like he heard us. He's trying. On one foot, another reverse cut. Didn't break a lot, but a left hand from Marshall will hit the rim.
A bit more and get that extra pull on it so we can get it fully away from double clutch. That's some risk reward. Sometimes you may want to just put it on and let them play.
Yeah, it's hard enough to play defense as it is. Don't make it easy by making it so they don't have to play defense. Murthy hits a reverse cut that Hammond had to dig with his left hand. And this one goes up and over Hinkle, who was in the right vicinity again.
Yeah, he was ready for – I don't know if he was ready for the chase. I think he thought it would just be like fast at him, but he hit it a little higher, a little more power to loft it over him. Smart hit by Hammond. Just trying to send it out just as far as you can. If you chase it down, I'll be impressed.
Worked out pretty well as we see Marshall swinging really hard again. We'll see now if they will just put this back on the net and try to play some defense. It has worked out a lot today. This goes to Hinkle, who backhands it. It pockets, and although it did pocket, Marshall had already hit the deck.
Yeah, he was trying his best to do anything. That's so frustrating because you're saying, oh, I could have got that if I did something else.
At that one point you mentioned, that break that came very early has disappeared. And Hinkle will look to add to it, swinging very hard with a cut that hit the rim.
Keep swinging. Hammond thought a new ball came in, so he tossed it to the observer, which tossed it back. Who tossed it back to Hinkle?
Swings hard again, and another pocket, another double fault from double clutch.
No luck so far, and that's, sometimes when you put all your strategy into hitting these good serves when they don't come, it's tough, of course, when it rains it pours, but right now they're got nothing going.
Good cut serve, received very well by Rahul. Easy 1, 2, 3. Once your first pass is that good.
Yeah, that's exactly the hit he's looking for too. Putting it around the body defense, he skirted it right around. That we saw Plet do a lot in the semifinals.
Tried for another reverse cut just over the left hand of Hammond. He'll serve again. Everyone in there with their hat forward this game, I noticed. It's very different. It's already hindered Hammond twice, but everyone else doesn't seem to care. Keep the sun out of my eyes.
Right, he said, I just need to be able to see better. It is hot out there. It is sunny.
Right into the near side of the rim. Marshall just puts this one on with a drop. Hinkle very close, goes to backhand and does a little backhand push. Hammond did not react enough. Great job by Hinkle to split the D.
Hinkle's backhand coming out a ton in this game 3 here so far.
Yeah, he's been utilizing it a lot. It's a good point. Yeah. Like the more I think about it, the more I'm realizing he's hitting that shot.
Yeah. It allows you a little more leeway with your footwork, which I think he chooses to do as they try to collapse on your footwork once you make the decision.
Oh, great job by Hinkle to put his body on the line. Just couldn't get it up.
Akin to observer Ryan Fitzgerald, those diving down on the ground trying to get something up.
Only difference is he doesn't have the knee guard things on. Going to be all cut up. A drop shot on 1 from Hammond. Hinkle will go on 2.
Establishing dominance there.
Yeah, that is, again, do it until it doesn't work, I guess. And when it doesn't work, we'll be mad at you.
And Hammond didn't look ready for that, so just hit his body and went straight into the ground.
Good reverse cut. That was way out the outstretched hand of Hammond, but doesn't matter. Great set by Marshall to put Hammond back in a spot where he could pull that.
Yeah, Hammond's reverse cut receive has been off the charts in this match so far. He got aced that one time, but since then, not having a problem getting it up.
Clark Marshall, closed off stance this time around. Doesn't step out. That goes high. Actually hits a big cut. He doesn't just put it on the net. He steals the point away from double clutch.
Yep, that was huge. You guys had the perfect angle for that. Just so far, Hinkle not ready at all.
Even on the replay, it just...
That just moved.
By the time he reacted, it was past him.
That's when you have speed. When you have speed on it, too, you can do so much.
Oh, great try by Hammond to get that one up. But well done. Hammond letting Marshall know that he is there on defense. They will continue to get these touches. A big cut serve defended on a dive from Hammond, who hits a backhand. That is just a great set by Marshall. They were asking about a no-hit zone violation and did not get it. Great point.
Server says clean. Hammond, they're making them work similar to one in the semis, but Assistive Touch is rising to the challenge.
Yeah, I think their sets have cleaned up as the day went on, too, from off the net. Big touch from Hinkle. Oh, stop jumping. Rule number 1. Even though you're 6'5".
Rule number 1, don't jump. Big thing, Murphy gave him a lot to work with there so he could run through and do the pull.
Murphy trying for a cut. Pockets up. These guys need to start putting the net on themselves. They're playing great defense. That's a Remy reverse cut, almost incredible.
Murphy
they
really
are going to
wanted
actually
it.
bring the observers together because Murphy thinks, denied quickly.
Well, so Hinkle's saying, I thought it was a rim. Murphy's saying, I really thought it was good. Let's talk to the observers.
Yeah, why not? That's why they're there. Marshall starting to get a little bit more dynamic at the service line after that ace. Closed off. Does just put this one on, just with a little more heat, and that heat put it over the shoulder of Murphy.
You're not much height working with there. It'll go over, especially when you're at the angle that Marshall's at.
Banger of a serve. Oh, we got a first touch by Murphy, who's going to hit it with his left. Easy 1, 2, 3 from Marshall, who opens his hand. Murphy let that go thinking Hinkle was on the run, and he was, but the shot was great.
I think Murphy was just already upset with himself. Unfortunately, it seems almost every time Murphy gets a touch, he ends up having to hit it with his left hand, which is not what he wanted. It is clearly his weakest shot. Occasionally, he will opt for using his backhand, but that sometimes is not as strong as Hinkle's as well. He really wants that right-handed shot, which is great. He's very upset with himself there, especially going down now 2 breaks.
Yeah, definitely tough, even just because we knew where the ball was going, right?
Yeah,
the set was kind of off the net. But great job by Assistive Touch.
Yep.
Still, double clutch, not like they're playing poorly. That wasn't a huge mistake. Hammond just puts this on the net, attempting to play some defense. Again, this backhand will be defended by the bicep of Hammond, who puts this up and over Hinkle. That is a great job by Assistive Touch.
Just Buddy Hammond, the best hands and arms now in round net. Just unbelievable, quick reflexes. And when you think he's getting lucky, no, he is reacting and making that play. An accidental on one that they say.
What do you mean? We
no
meant to play that?
Yeah, I meant to play that. Totally, but now they're up 14-11, a big lead for Assistive Touch, and Double Clutch doesn't look like they have much going.
Especially towards the home stretch here. Murphy, somehow Buddy avoided that ball. It didn't make sense in my head, but the point will go the way of Double Clutch anyways.
He was diving expecting the on-2 from Hinkle.
What just happened?
But the on-2 didn't come, so he had to avoid the set, and they hit right in.
Talk about those reaction times.
Yeah,
right.
right. He's, oh.
All right, and Murphy serves hard. Big cut, diving receive from Hammond, who's going to jump over the net, get a touch. This is put up and hits the rim. Murphy, another good hat throw. He's going to be so frustrated with hitting the net there.
You can just feel for them everything. A great serve, a beautiful touch, and a set, and it just misses. And that was wide open, too. He just overthought it. I think thought he had to blast it, and it just didn't work out, and they are frustrated.
I mean, barring his left hand hitting the pocket just because it's, it's the weaker hand, it was free point if it hits the net.
Yeah. But in that moment, you just want to rip it and get it out. You want to say, get this out of here.
Oh, and then a reverse cut from Marshall, defended very well by Hinkle, who has to swing right at Hammond, not the person you want to swing at. Hinkle dives, and that goes straight into the ground. That was a great job.
A no-hit zone violation on Hammond.
It looks like Hammond was in the no-hit zone.
Yeah.
That's very close. It's very possible that is true. Trying to get them together with the rest of the observers.
Hammond disagrees, so the observers will reconvene. We have another look here. It kind of looks here like he drags his knee through.
Yeah, maybe. It may be.
Yep.
No-hit zone violation.
They're saying, your knee was in. Sorry for our silence as we try to listen to the observers and the crowd. But so no break for Assistive Touch that time. Goes away double clutch. Hinkle wastes no time going right into it.
I was just going to say that he wanted to get back at it. He knows that they've already, punched him in the chest, and they're still trying to get their breath because they were very excited. They thought they had that point. So Hinkle tries to serve another hard one.
So I want to say a quick note. I also think that Marshall's serve, his reverse, looked like a rim to me, so I think it worked out either way.
Yeah, it was very close. It cut a lot and stayed very low. They may try to play this.
Nope.
They will not.
But a strong attempt, staying in the game. Murphy is so quick at getting to that ball.
Yeah, but these guys do like to. Oh, I like
he
the
went
idea.
for the off speed.
It did work for him once already, knowing that they typically just put the ball on the net. Rahul Murthy crossed up at the line, goes really hard. They're playing this, and Hammond puts it away. A very smart idea to play that. A grunt on the serve from Murthy.
Yeah, he's putting everything into it, and also when you're serving that and they hit rim, you don't expect to have to play defense. So they were late. They were late rotating.
Oh, drop shot by Marshall. Hinkle's going to hit a backhand. Hammond chases it down. He gets back up, jumping back to the net. Goes for a mid shot. Rahul has to put this back on, and the net is broken. We will have to replace that. Great point for Assistive Touch.
Unbelievable. They are just seemingly running away with this game. We're getting a new net out there. Smart hit akin to Hinkle's little running drop earlier. Hammond gives him a taste of his own medicine here, splits it between, and Murphy reaches to just get a play, but it did not work all.
The far scoreboard at the other end of your screen that you don't need to use, that man is getting an applause for being on his game today.
Of course, we made
for all of the locals.
Yes, they are very much enjoying that. They don't have the courtesy of the scoreboard that you have here. They're taking time to adjust the net, make sure it's proper. But, right, that's another point for Assistive Touch, now up 18-14, only 3 points away from another tour stop victory, and this coming 2 weeks before the national championship in Philadelphia.
I know when they made the decision to continue to play together, Andrew Card's early exit from the season, Marshall and Hammond were very excited to get out here and make a statement before nationals. Double clutch. Everyone knows how good they are. This win only means as much as pride and momentum for all of them. Great job by Hammond in being in the right spot, but Rahul smacked that ball.
Yep, you're saying exactly right. Hammond.
And
wow, okay.
Huge reverse cut ace by Hinkle. That was maybe the hardest hit reverse cut we've seen.
Just absolutely blasted by him. He's still behind a little bit. 16-18, take a quick second to adjust as Assistive Touch because the crowd went wild.
And slow down Hinkle. Up to Hammond. Hammond, bad set. Gets the drop shot almost there.
And they bring it back within one. I'm be surprised if we see a timeout here. I wouldn't be surprised, excuse me, but I guess they're opting not to use it.
Oh,
that one, he wants everything, but he doesn't get it.
Hinkle is putting everything he can into these serves, and I'm not going to be shocked when he does it on attempt number 2 here.
Exactly.
Winding up. Swings hard right at Hammond, who reserves it well and puts it just between both defenders playing body defense.
He's extremely happy with that. He is terrified. Hammond played a tournament with Hinkle this year and afterwards said, I pray for anyone who has to serve receive this man.
Hammond ready to hit a couple of serves of his own. Drop shot. Hinkle receives with his left. Puts a right-handed push just past Hammond and avoids the no-hit zone.
So still now they need 1 or 2 points in the next couple attempts to keep this alive.
I mean, given what we've seen, this is the man you want to be hitting some serves. However, he has double faulted a lot in the last 2 games. So Rahul Murthy, crossed over stance, goes up on one leg, hits a nice reverse cut. Good set from Hammond. Marshall pulls this, avoids the no-hit zone, and we have match point in our championship series.
An unbelievably beautiful backhand, and Buddy Hammond is getting pumped. Clark Marshall is who you want to have the ball, the strong server. First one goes into the rim.
I'm wondering if this will just be a drop shot. He swings. And
we have a
take
timeout.
A timeout. I like the idea of them taking a timeout here. Hammond and Marshall are definitely walking off amped. Frederick Hinkle smiling big on the other side of the field. They know that this isn't a make-or-break thing for them as a team. This is just pride and momentum, as we mentioned. But, of course, you want to win.
Serving at 19-20, Game 3 of the finals, this is what Frederick Hinkle lives for. This is what you dream about when you practice, right? I know how many hours he spends watching film and practicing. And when you practice serves, everyone knows you're like 19-20 before you do it. Like you want to feel that momentum. This is why he does it. This is why he does it for these moments right here. Maybe he would disagree. He wants to come in and win 21-10. But I think this is what you want to do. You want to be the star. You want the ball in your hands.
Exactly. We talked about it before game 1. All 4 of these guys are shooters. They want to shoot. So give them the ball. Now, do we see him absolutely hammer 2 in a row? That was very close. Does he swing hard, or do they try to play a little bit of defense here? Hard it is.
That's high.
And that's
maybe
high. And
Hinkle agrees,
knows
and that is it.
And that is championship for Buddy Hammond and Clark Marshall moving in on the last tournament before Nationals. A great job by my former teammate. I am happy to have put the bias aside for the most part until right now. I love to see him win.
They are so excited. Buddy Hammond is ecstatic. Another tournament win and another one for Clark Marshall as well.
He was so close both times.
So close.
But and they played very well this tournament. I mean, they battled when they had to. They didn't make it look pretty every time, but they're one of the more electrifying teams to watch out there. So I'm very excited that we got to see 3 games of them against another team that focuses so much on defense. We got exactly what we needed out of this series.
Right. And so our final standings here. First place, Assistive Touch, Clark Marshall and Buddy Hammond. Second place goes to Double Clutch, Frederick Hinkle and Rahul Murthy. Third place, we got Rito Boys, Ryder Rivadenera and Coleman Epperson. And in fourth, we have Wonky Sauce, Justin Prett, and Blake Bozak. Unbelievable showing. Of course, no true second because Rito Boys and Double Clutch already played. But just a ridiculous day of round nets.
The best day.